Now our finalists are in for a real treat. Christina is taking them to visit a factory in Vietnam where one manufacturer has its sights set on revolutionising the industry. One of the world's largest manufacturers, producing 1 in every 6 dress shirts sold in the USA, TAL Group has been at the forefront of garment manufacturing innovation for over 70 years, starting in Hong Kong and now spanning the globe. Today, the designers are visiting the group's most state-of-the-art factory in Vietnam.
In this new factory, we are more on the environmental, including the standing operation, energy saving, and biological treatment of the wastewater.
Now Vietnam is start to care about the environment. That's why they set standards become higher, and our standard is higher than the government requirement.
So this is to help us to balance of our people, planet, and the profit.
I was super impressed by the work conditions, and it was for me really important to see everything by myself.
It's quite overwhelming. I've never really thought about producing stuff in such huge volume and still maintaining sustainability.
The reality is we absolutely have to scale sustainable fashion solutions into the mass manufacturing world. We can't just keep ideas at a very small level.
Another innovation they saw at the mills is also in action here, but on a much larger scale.
Today I would like to share one of the projects I'm working on, which is called the digital sampling.
Last year, we make 160,000 pieces of samples, equivalent to 314,000 yardage. It's a wasting of the time, the fabric, and also the electricity as well.
The traditional sampling process can see up to 20 pieces being produced per garment before a brand signs off. Software advancements have meant digital renders of garments are so lifelike that there's no need to produce the real thing.
Honestly, you couldn't tell the difference. And I think that that's really exciting. I think it really does reduce the amount of sampling waste, because imagine doing 20 samples for one piece and then you do like 100 pieces. That's a lot of samples that don't have a good home.
I think it's the right timing for our industry to apply this technology. I cannot think of any reasons to holding me back.
I learned a lot about all the sustainable producing process. I think it's very important to bring those ideas to Israel.
This is my home, my little place where I'm working on my Redress collection.
I actually grew up in a small town in Israel. There was in the past a textile factory. The factory specialized in uniforms, and my family who worked there. It made me think about all these uniforms around the world, because unfortunately the life are very short.
This is all the colors, the uniform fabrics.
I really think how I can change this situation.
Natalie reconstructed old uniforms into a modern menswear collection with silhouettes inspired from the past.
9, not 9, 6.5.
Clothes that fit well are the ones that we will keep and wear for longer. This is why I'll be looking at the fit just as much as the aesthetic when I choose a winner of the team challenge.
It's here.
After their tour, the teams make the most of the facilities to get on with their garments.
We were given Cara's exact measurements, so we're playing on that. Yeah, so we're making the jacket a bit loose, but the dress is a very form-fitted dress.
This one? 40. 40?
Yeah.
Okay, 40.
I'm doing the sleeves and these guys are doing the dress. Julia and Karina are doing the body of the jacket.
We're trying to figure out how the lapel is going to fit. We would like to achieve finish the pattern making. Yeah.
We're testing out our paper pattern to see the fit.
The top was now 60.
60, yeah.
So do we want it a bit more than 60?
65.
I think the wider the better.
I think so.
Cara was saying that she loved high-waisted things and big sleeves, so we really wanted to integrate this into our garment.
I'm just worried a little bit that we have a few too much looseness going on in our garments.
I think have it really body hugging at the waist. So I think it's okay if we have like volume here.
It might be nicer if it was a bit more rounded.
So we'll round this and then shorten the back by 5. We do have tight time, but luckily with like a group of 5, it's a lot faster.
For the jacket, do you want any buttons on the cuff?
Not normal buttons.
No?
No.
You're stressed?
Yeah.
Can we have more time?
We got into some disagreement, I would say.
What I'm asking is if you want some volume.
I think some volume, but no gathering.
Do we want it fat at the bottom then?
1 centimeter is not going to be fatter. It just be slightly dramatic.
Everybody wanted to make sure the voice were heard.
Because you can't add it here without adding it here.
No, of course you can do it.
If we do this from 2 parts.
Normally I'm a very quiet, calm person.
Yeah, I got it, guys. But what I'm saying is, like technically, to make it equal, we'll have to fold it.
Yeah.
But I think eventually we're able to find a balance and satisfy every team member. Yeah.
Do you want to have a look at the body and then we can see?
Let's do this.
Once you're all on that same path and you know what you're doing, you can get full steam ahead. We got a lot of advice from the pattern makers.
I prefer this.
You prefer it there? Yeah. Okay, so just make this start, leave it as is. It was really nice to get a little bit of insight into their way of thinking. Do you think that I should make this one bigger though? A bit bigger?
Yeah,
a bit bigger. Okay.
Many designers around the world, they're so far away from the supply chain, that it's very important that they understand who is making that product and how is it being made, particularly because manufacturers hold the keys to enormous technical ability.
Back in Hong Kong, our finalists get the chance to learn from and brainstorm with supply chain experts from VF Corporation, parent company to well-loved brands such as Vans, Timberland and the North Face.
I really want to emphasize this idea around made for change because this is a big part of what we are focused on at VF. We've really been going through a transformation as a company. There's a lot we can do. So whether that be human rights, whether that be raw materials, whether that be about sustainability.
Now, to use a natural hide, I don't think we would get the same durability. Now, that's not to say it's not possible.
If not right now, when will we really make that effort? So we hope to pull the industry forward with us to a new world and a new sustainable model.
We need more things that are encouraging and uplifting and things that you can see that we actually might have a good future ahead.
In this relatively small city of 7 million people, we have so much fashion expertise, and that's really helping the global fashion industry have a more sustainable product.
As a city, it's amazing. Keith has been showing us all the sites. He's the expert.
Any kind of
I really love the Hong Kong culture. So the next thing is how I can integrate those cultures in my collections.
Keith used end-of-rolls, second-hand garments and eco-friendly inks to create a collection celebrating the beauty and spirit of Hong Kong's iconic, but fast-disappearing neon lights.
As a local designer, if I can win the prize, of course it is very meaningful. Because this is the global competitions and a lot of the designers get really talented.
Keith, how's it going?
I'm painting the square windows.
Before sundown, it's back to work and time for me to check in on their challenge designs.
If you can see the sleeve shape, we remember that you really enjoy emphasized sleeves, so we wanted to tie that into our design.
I do really love
pull it all
sleeves.
together in a cuff. It appears to be a crop, but yeah, because of the high-waistedness of the pants, it equals out. Initially, she really loved our top design, but the pants, she was a little bit unsure.
The flares and the high waist and everything. I've never worn pants that high. I'm a little bit confused.
Well,
it could be amazing.
First time for
Yes,
everything.
exactly. And what color are the pants?
So we're mixing 2 shades of green.
I love this color.
Yes.
It's super beautiful.
Beautiful.
Actually, my two favourite colours are like military green and this.
There we go.
So what is the inspiration behind this?
We have to transfer something from the old to new. It's about transformation.
Also, it's a dress and can be transformed into a skirt.
So like you fold it down or something like that and then it becomes a layered skirt. Or if you want it a bit more loose, so that it can grow with me or shrink with me, whichever way I decide to go. So how's your team been getting along? There's some like weird tension going on. So you've been with them for the last couple of days. Give me some insight, what's been going on, how are they working together?
There's been a lot of interesting dynamics, but what I've really enjoyed watching is the sparks of interest that have come as they've gone through the educational part of this challenge.
So how critical is it that they take all this information and present it to the judges?
Well, it's absolutely critical that they get to the point when they start talking about the sustainability and the design philosophy behind their work, because they've only really got a few minutes to wow them.
Next time on Frontline Fashion, our designers present their Redress Design Award collections to the judges.
When you use the garment waste, you try to respect the material groups.
What's the future about your business model?
But with tough questions and varied tastes.
Do you think it's scalable?
No, I'm not really interested in that.
Some of my answers were not what the judges were expecting.
Who will win is still anyone's guess.
She's my favorite. She's not my favorite.
It's so far away from my personal taste.